Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be making the best delicious fudge ever, and it's pretty quick and easy to make. You're going to need like 4.5 cups of sugar, 1 stick of butter for the actual recipe. However, I'm going to use some of the other stick to butter my dish, and I'm using a 13 by 9 inch pan, so I will be coating that in foil and butter. And this right here makes all the difference. Dove. I use the entire bag of Dove, and it really makes the fudge a lot smoother, and I think it really tastes really good in the fudge. And then I use an entire bag of walnuts. Some of these I'm going to break up into smaller pieces because these are mainly halves, but yeah. And this does say 2 2/3 cup in that bag, and I'm just going to use the whole bag. I like a lot of nuts in mine, so yeah, you guys can, if you don't want to use the nuts, you don't have to. And then we need 4 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I found that huge enormous bag at Sam's Club, but you can use any brand you want. And then we have 7-ounce jar of this Jet Puff marshmallow cream and a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. And then I found these adorable little storage containers I'm going to use at the Dollar Tree because I'm going to be giving a lot of this fudge, most of the fudge away, along with some cookies. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I did was I opened my chocolates, put them in a big heat-proof bowl, and measured out my chocolate chips, put them in the same bowl, and now I'm going to add the marshmallow cream. We're just gonna put that in there, and then we're just gonna let this set aside while we get the other ingredients prepared. Now this stuff is sticky, so messy. Ah! It's hard to get it out of the container, sorry. I think I just about got it all. Yep. Okay, so we're done with that. And another thing I wanted to show you is I also prepared the pan. I got the 13 by 9 inch pan, and I lined it with foil, and then I buttered the foil really well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add an entire stick of butter. Hope you guys can see okay. Kind of have to makeshift a little stand there. And then we're going to add our evaporated milk. And we are going to add about 4.5 cups of sugar. I used 4.5 cups here, so. And then this part, you do have to continuously stir. So yeah, we'll want to stir this, and we're going to let it reach a boil, and then we're going to let it boil for 5 minutes. So yeah, that butter will start melting, and the key to it is to get your fudge smooth. Is you want to, you really have to continuously stir the entire time, so that way your fudge doesn't turn out gritty. Okay, so we'll be back when this reaches a boil. Okay, see, we brought this to a boil on a medium-low heat, and we've let it boil for 5 minutes, stirring continuously. So now we are going to dump this into our chocolate mixture. Okay, so this is the part I don't like, you guys. get all that in there. Then we're gonna just mix it up. It's very hot, so you guys need to be very careful when you do this part. Normally, I have my husband dump it in here for me, but he's at work, so I have to do it myself. Just make sure you mix it up very well and all that marshmallow is melted. Oh, my hand gets tired. This really does make the best fudge. I think you guys will be really happy with this recipe. Looks like we're all almost mixed up there. Just a little bit more. I'm gonna try to get it as smooth as possible. Make sure all that chocolate is melted. Okay, so now that we got the mixture nice and smooth and most of those chunks out of there, I think I pretty much, there might be a couple in there, but it's as smooth as I'm gonna get it. But yeah, that's really nicely smooth. So then what you want to do is take your nuts and put however many you want in there. I'm going to start off with half the bag and see how I like it. I usually put the whole bag, but we'll see what this looks like with half the bag. Okay, so add some more. I'm making a big old mess here. That looks good. There's only a little bit left in there, so we used most of the bag. Oh, it gets so hard to stir, y'all. So then what you want to do is take your 13 by 9 inch greased oil lined pan that I showed you earlier and pour it in. I love this little utensil here. I found this at Michael's and I use it for everything. I love it. Oh, there's a little marshmallow. I'll stir that around. It's a pretty quick recipe though. Pretty easy and quick. The hardest part, like I said, is the pouring in the hot mixture and then all the stirring. But if you can stir and pour, you're good. And then I'm just gonna smooth this around. Try to get the corners really good. And this fudge is so thick too. So yeah, when it's done, I like just cut it into little squares. It's already starting to harden. So yeah, you want to make sure you get it in your pan before it starts to firm up there on you. Okay, so this is what it looks like for now. And then what you need to do is cover it and put it in the fridge to let it cool down and set. My container came with a lid. I'm just gonna put that on there. If you don't have a lid, you can use foil or saran wrap, whatever you have. So yeah, in a few hours I will take this out and cut it up. Okay, so it's been in the fridge for 2 hours. It's still, it's cool, but it's at the point where it's still soft. Not too soft, but you know, it's not all the way set yet. So what I do when I pull it out at the 2-hour mark is I go around the edges with a spatula so I can lift it from the side so it doesn't stick when it's all the way hardened and firm. So I'll pull that out, and then what I do is I take a plastic knife, and it does need to be a plastic knife, and I use the ones with the edges along the side, and then I just cut little strips down my fudge here, and then after I go one direction, then I'll go through and cut the other direction, so I'll have little squares, and then I'll put the lid back on it and let it sit overnight, and then in the morning the fudge will be ready. It'll be nice and firm and delicious. Oh yeah. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and have a great day.